Good morning and welcome. I'm Karen. This is Veronica's Dreams Coaching and Tarot. I'm going to do a quick reading today, a little bit shorter version. I'm going to use the Barbieri Tarot. It is our daily reading though. It'll look at current situation. Okay, and going to use Witch's Tarot, I think, for clarifying. Hope y'all are doing fantastic. Let's get started. A couple more shuffles. One more. We'll cut that. One more shuffle, cut the deck, and we'll get going. Current situation, Queen of Pentacles, present influence, Ten of Wands, future influence, Eight of Pentacles. That guy keeps coming up. He was, I think, in the out there yesterday. Or what to look for. Tower, unexpected. Three of Wands, and where does this lead? Six of Cups, Four of Cups, Page of Wands. The bottom of the deck is the King of Cups. There's a feeling here of, it could be somebody for some of you, but it also could just be a feeling of trying to kind of just go with the flow, take it easy, that kind of energy. Let's look at the advice too. Five of Pentacles. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles being in your current situation, standing in your own ground, basically being in charge of your own space, what's going on around you, whether it be you could be doing really well at work or you could just be feeling really well at work. It doesn't mean you have to be, up there. It just means that you're feeling confident, you understand what your job is, you're doing really well. But I feel like to keep that up, it's been kind of hard. Like there's been the Ten of Wands, this energy is of, carrying a burden. There's something here about feeling, I almost feel like there's almost a feeling though too, like you have to be in this position, but um, it's not that you're not already, but you feel like that you have to level up for some reason. There's something going on here with like, that's why it's burdeny on you. Like I'm okay just where I'm at. I don't want to do any more right now. It doesn't mean I need to be in that position forever, but right now I'm good because it's hard and there's a lot of hard things going on. However, leading to the Eight of Pentacles, you're going to start like working through this energy a little bit. Let's take a look at the Queen of Pentacles. It's upside down. What is the Queen of Pentacles, please? Five of Pentacles, Page of Swords, and the Star. Yeah, I feel like you're saying, you know what? I'm kind of done feeling like I'm not getting what I deserve. The Page of Swords, I feel like is an aha moment here because there is more to life with that star. So that's the feeling. You're done with that. But the Ten of Wands still tells me it's hard. Like there's still energy here where this is not an easy thing for you to do. Tell me about the Ten of Wands, please, and the present influence. Three cards for the Ten of Wands. Temperance, the Fool, the Chariot. Whoa, lots of, that's no wonder that feels heavy. That's a lot of energy here. I mean, these are all, the Temperance is cool because it's really about being calm and, even, but the Fool, well, and the Fool has like kind of like a release type energy. It's not a lot of, the Chariot's a lot of energy where the Fool is just kind of trusting, I'm going to go do this and I'm just going to trust it. But I feel like what's hard is you want to trust it, you do, but you feel like you need to push it and make it happen. And that's the burden. And so there's something here about this Queen of Pentacles. I feel like the Queen of Pentacles can be that level up too. And it's just, you just feeling like it's just really hard. Can you ever get to it? Will you ever get to it? But you're pushing it instead of just allowing things to be. And that could be why it's hard. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And so I feel like this is in the future influence where you'll go, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to focus here. So the burden is short-lived because that Eight of Pentacles says I'm going to do the work. Eight of Pentacles, please. Ace of Cups, the Moon, and the Hermit. Whoa. You know, it feels like a search kind of for something new. There's an the Ace of Cups is can be a new feeling. It doesn't have to be a new relationship, but it can be a new relationship in all kinds of ways with yourself as well. The Moon with things not being clear, and then the Hermit with taking a lot of time to figure this out. And I feel the Eight of Pentacles is the combination herein where I need to figure this out. I need to know what I really need here as far as, you know, something that's going to fulfill me, what's going to fill my cup. And things just, I need to find the answers of this Moon. I'm not clear on the situation, so I need to really dig deep. And that's what the Eight of Pentacles is, you digging deep to find those answers. The Tower is what to look for. So look for the changes. Tower is about sudden change. It's shift in energy as well, I consider it, because you know, it's like starting over from scratch sometimes, and sometimes that's really good. Sometimes you got to start from scratch. You know, what's that about? Tell me about the Tower, please. The Lovers, Queen of Cups, and Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a feeling here of, I mean, this is about, you know, this could be about a partnership or a relationship, especially with the Queen of Cups sitting there looking at this relationship. I feel like this is what's changing, but I feel like with the Ten of Pentacles here, it feels to me like it's supposed to. Like the Ten of Pentacles is a good card. So even if you, an energy, well, the energy of this relationship or partnership could be changing. I feel like it could be more love related because I've got the Queen of Cups sitting there looking at the Lovers. Um, but I do feel like if it's just a partnership of any kind, um, it's changing because the dynamics change. The Ten of Pentacles. There's something here about um, the the Ten of Pentacles. When I say dynamic, like the Ten of Pentacles is reaching an ultimate, you know. So when that changes, it can feel kind of like it's going to be different. The dynamic, because it needs to be more stable instead of random. And that's what it's asking, to look for a change in the situation. Don't look for a Tower moment. Look for what needs to be changed. Look for what's changing. It's not the same. We have the Three of Wands and the unexpected here. And the Three of Wands is all about, I got to keep an eye on the time. The Three of Wands is all about the seeing everything come together. And I feel like that this all does come together. It may not be exactly the way you want it to be, though. That's what I'm getting overall here. So tell me about this Three of Wands. Tell me about the Three of Wands. Two of Cups, the Devil, Four of Pentacles. So the Three of Wands, I feel like you are seeing the energy. So Two of Cups, going back to that lover or partnership that you have been stuck on the shadow side, and you're holding on to it with the Four of Pentacles. I think that's the dynamic that's changing, and that's what's going to be surprising. But I feel like you'll understand it. The Three of Wands is you seeing what's really happening. We had the Moon as well, so there's some unclearness here with that Eight of Pentacles, and that's why you're working through it. But I feel like this Three of Wands and the unexpected is you finding those answers, and it has to do with a situation that you're really tied to. Partnership of any kind. It could even be just spiritually stuck right now. The Six of Cups is where this leads. So we have the Six of Cups, Four of Cups, Page of Wands. And I feel like that energy is like, this will start reminding you of the past. With the Four of Cups, though, it's not quite the same, not quite what you want. And I think the Page of Wands is you jumping in and saying, I'm going to do this. This is exactly what I want, and I'm moving forward with that. So let's take a look at the Six of Cups and I'm going to do both Six of Cups and Page of Wands here. What is the Six of Cups? Page of Cups, Eight of Wands. There will be some kind of message, I feel like, that's going to, it's coming from someone from the past, or it'll remind you of the past. The message is good because both these cards bring messages. And when you have the Page of Cups, it's usually a very nice message, a very sweet message. The Eight of Wands is the energy of the message as well. So it kind of comes in pretty quickly, but it reminds you of the past. And we have the Empress, and it feels good. That's why there's something here that you used to feel really good about in the past, and that's what it's reminding you of. And it feels nice, and it feels sweet, and it feels good. So you have that. However, I feel like with the dynamic change, that's what the Four of Cups is. So you'll then look at it and go, it's not quite what I wanted. You know, it's not quite the same, or something's different here, and it's not quite there. And that's what I feel like Four of Cups is. Page of Wands comes after that. I'm going to clarify that. So this can be another message, but it also could be jumping into something, just not thinking too much about it and just going for it with a lot of energy, though. A lot of energy. So tell me more about this Page of Wands, please. What is the Page of Wands? Nine of Wands, Eight of Swords, and the Devil. So I feel like this might be a message because the Nine of Wands, Eight of Swords, Nine of Wands is you're really struggling and it's hard to get unstuck here. And with the shadow side, that's an addiction. That's a energy of being attached to something that maybe isn't good for us, or maybe is, but maybe it's time to move on. I feel like this is not the actual moving on part of it, because I think that may come later, but I feel like this is more the realization of how much you have been stuck with this situation. The situation has kept you from growing or doing, and it's like it's got to be over. It's got to be done. Got to move on. That's what I feel like. The Five of Pentacles, though, is in your advice. And I do feel like I talk a lot about taking that new path, you know, not getting your too disappointed. Oh, wow. The camera went right in on that. Not getting too disappointed, you know that you can take a different path, that things don't have to be exactly the same. You can have a situation from the past, but you could treat it differently and handle it differently. Because if it didn't work out before, it needs to be handled differently. Because if you handle it the same, it won't work out again. You know, if it's meant to be or can work out, it just needs to take a different look. You may need to go into a whole different direction as well and say, you know what, none of this is working. I just need to move on and move up and move away and go completely different. So I feel like that's what this energy is telling us. So there you have your reading for today. I hope you liked it. Take care. Hey, hit that thumbs up button. It really does help. Have a beautiful one.